Otherwise, necessity again. In our last video, we're going through verses. The verses. We're going to the verses 5 through 8. When the serpent continued to tempt in the woman, saying, "You will not die, for God knows in the day you eat, you will be like gods." And then they take a bite. Then the woman falls for the serpent's lies and take the bite out of the fruit. Eye opens, he good for food and gets to her husband. Then his eyes were open. But actually, they were never actually blind to what people think. They weren't blind. And Eve was not blind in the garden. They were covered with God's glory and their light. That was their clothing. They weren't blind, as some people might say. They weren't blind. And it says they're not ashamed because they had just, and the clothing they wore was the glory of God. But then they have to beat there. It's like the glory. Like one, actually, they did die. Spiritually, because that glow that they didn't hear about was the really just died and made victories. And now in this video, we're going to get into more details about lying. And this is what it is. Now let's talk about lying. It's kind of an example. I came with a lot of examples and stuff. Oh, through the message, you're going to see examples of things. Not always going to, not going to always be using scripture. But examples and testimonies. Then of course your scripture because it's a sermon. But this is, let's talk about lying. Like in the last thing we talked about the serpent and the woman having impatience and asked the woman, did God say could not eat of everything? And she responds, we can eat every fish that's in the mist. This God, you shall not. You shall not eat it, nor touch it, or you shall die. And the serpent reveals and says, you shall not die. Now the next you come up, we're going to get into more detail about lying. I'll give you an example.